Hi everybody, welcome to Dancingluna Tarot. This is going to be a general love reading for the sign of Cancer. Please like, share, and subscribe. It helps grow the channel. Because these are general readings, they may not resonate with every person, but I feel like if you found this video, you found it for a reason. So take what you need from the reading. Feel free to watch your sun, moon, and rising because you might find more resonance in your other placements, okay? So this is for the sign of Cancer. We're going to start with a couple of oracle cards to get a general vibe for Cancers with what is going on in your love life. This is for the sign of Cancer. Can I just have 2 cards for Cancer? 2 cards for, oh, right away. Okay. Religious factors and soulmate. Okay, religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and your spiritual path. So sometimes religious factors, can refer to like religious factors being a problem in relationship, but I don't get the feeling that that's what this is talking about. It might be that you're just sort of connecting with someone on a spiritual path, in a spiritual way, someone that you're aligned with spiritually, right? It's like we're all on sort of different levels of consciousness, and I'm just kind of getting the tap in that whoever you're thinking about as you watch this reading, that it's something just a little different than a surface connection, if that makes sense. And especially with the soulmate card coming up. Yes, this is your soulmate. So just a little bit about soulmates. Soulmates are not necessarily the same thing as a twin flame. We can have many soulmates on the journey. People that we've had past life connections with, yada yada. And just because someone is a soulmate, this is not to say don't get your hopes up, right? It just means that this is a deeper, these are both saying this is something deeper than just your everyday connection that you come across with people. This is something a little deeper, but with soulmates. So when we come into contact with our soulmates, sometimes we're aligned at the same sort of level in growth, and sometimes we're not. And if we're not, it can cause a little static and chaos in between. But whoever you're thinking of as you watch this reading, it feels like they are a soul connection on some level. Yeah. Okay, so those are the oracle cards. And let's see, we're gonna go to the Light Seers deck. We're just gonna ask first, what is going on with your person that you're thinking about? What's going on with their feelings in regards to this connection? What's going on with your person with their feelings in regards to this connection? Again, this is for Cancer. Cancer. What is Cancer's person feeling in this connection? Okay. Cancer. What is Cancer's person feeling in this connection right now? What are they going through? What are they dealing with in terms of feelings in regards to Cancer? I get one more card for what's going on with Cancer's person. Okay, there's 2. We'll take it. All right, so it's like, where do you want to be? Okay, so Cancer, it looks to me like your person, they may not be super expressive, so if we're just looking at the Magician, right, that's one thing. But when we're tying it in with Queen of Swords, it might be a person that's not super expressive about their emotions, because the Queen of Swords, it's like she's got internal clarity on what she wants, but she's not emotionally expressive. So your person just may not be super emotionally expressive. There's not a lot of like, there's no cups here. So, you know, your person might have a sense on some level that this is a spiritual connection with the Magician card here, but it's almost like your person might be more focused a little bit outside of this connection right now on sort of growing on their path with this world vibe here. Yeah, they may just not be expressing and leaning into this connection right now, because they may be working on their own cycle of completion, right? The world is like the end of the tarot deck, the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. So it's nice that this Seven of Pentacles is falling below the world. But I think your person is just working almost like with their mental energy more than on a physical plane. But I think that they're, yeah, not focused into this connection right now, not leaning into this connection. I think that they're working on their own stuff right now. They don't appear to be like totally in any bound up energy or anything like that, but I just think they're sort of hard at work at like growth. Yeah. Okay. And Cancer, I want to take a look at what's going on with you. What's happening on your side? What's your energy with this connection right now? What is Cancer's energy on this side? What is Cancer's energy? What is Cancer's energy right now? What is Cancer's energy right now? Is the fact that this person is not really plugged in right now and leaning in kind of have you in your head and worried? Let's see. But so Five of Swords is almost like this guy's really in his head, but he's sort of like finding, it's almost like he's finding ways to see. It's like there's this version of him, right? But there's this other version of him that's just sort of free and with his arms open and like just has like shaken something loose. So it's almost like maybe you've been in your head a lot, but maybe you're kind of reaching your way out of that and sort of learning how internally to free yourself up from this kind of like thinking, worried, thinking, worried. This card doesn't always read like that. Sometimes it just reads as in your head, but I'm really noticing this guy, this version of himself off to the side with the light streaming in, that maybe perhaps you're learning that balance of like, even if somebody's not showing up for you, sort of getting out of your head and staying in your lane and doing your thing and taking care of you. But let's see what else. Okay, yeah. So I think that you're experiencing forward momentum with that type of shifting. Oh, that's very nice. So yeah, I definitely feel, Cancer, that you're where maybe you've had a tendency, I don't know, even just in this connection, but in connection in general, to lean in and get in your head about things. I think that you're in a time of learning that balance, right? Of getting out of your head. We've already said that, but I think you're having some good momentum with that. And I think that you're having victory with that. Hang on one second. My kitty cat just came through my door. Okay. Yeah, so this talks about success, and I'm not really sensing in this love read like a big like unification going on. Even though I feel like it is a deep soul connection, I feel like both of you are kind of respectively like doing your own work on your own growth. And I think that you're really, I almost feel like you can feel that you're like on the precipice of like getting it, figuring it out, figuring out how in relationship to to maintain your autonomy and to let go of outcomes, the way that things go, and to just have that know. And if you haven't, like, that's what the message is. Get grounded with that knowing that you're okay, you're in the light, whether these things work out or not, in connections. But I really think that that's sort of where you are with things, getting that okayness, getting momentum on elevating, that you're finding success with sort of almost a level of detachment, letting go. So that's a beautiful thing. And again, if that's not what you're in right now, then this message is telling you to do that, sort of step out of attachment, holding on to outcomes, and let it go, let it flow, let things move the way that they're supposed to move. And do not be afraid of how things are going to turn out, because what is meant for you on your path will be there on your path. Okay, and let's just see if we can get a tap in on sort of where things are headed with this connection. Like, is this a dead end? Is this a sort of a live wire connection? Where is this connection headed between Cancer and their person? Too many cards, way too many. Okay. Hermit really stood out, so if it wants to come back out, it'll come back out. Cancer, what's happening in this connection with Cancer and their person? Where is this headed? What direction is this connection headed in? Okay, let's see. Chariot is quite different than the Hermit, that's for sure. Okay, that's nice. I don't know if you can see these cards. I don't think so. Let me just move things up a little bit so that you can see what's coming. I want to see what the third card is, just to kind of get a fuller picture. But so far it's almost like it's interesting with this Chariot and this Eight of Wands here, even though they're not related in the question. It's interesting that they're both here. They're both like fast forward momentum. They both can talk about travel. Wow. Okay. There's not really much to clarify here. It's pretty clear. So it looks like at some point, though, I'm sensing like a gap. I'm just sensing a gap, that this work time, right? This is going to need to take up some space, but sort of where it's heading in this connection, it looks like at some point, I'm not saying like this is like, boom, this is going to happen tomorrow. No. I feel space in between, but that there will be fast forward momentum if you guys have been like respectively working on yourselves and having a little distance between you, maybe, that reconciliation is definitely indicated, and that's moving right into the sun. So this just looks like fast forward momentum into pulling it back together. But I think you both need to like get grounded in whatever work you're trying to do on yourselves, you know. So reconciliation, and then right into the sun, which is just warmth, joy, happiness, bliss. Like, look at this girl, she's just dancing in the sun. And I think part of the key to that is allow each other to do that work. Yeah, don't get in your head about it. Know that like everybody's on a journey of work, and it's a really positive thing when people are doing work, including you, you know. So the message is definitely like, continue to focus on your own journey, continue to elevate yourself, continue to meditate and get in a space of not spiraling out with your emotions and things, not holding on to outcomes. Loosen the grip. Loosen the grip is not indicated here, but it's definitely coming through that, to me, that's something that you're working on. Yeah, you will have success. Like it's like, you know what needs to be done for you, and it's like you're doing it. You're already in the momentum of doing it. So keep going, and you know, respectfully let this person keep in their growth, because they're like close to, I feel like they're also close to like figuring it out, with this World card here, that they're also like on a good momentum with their journey and growth. So just, you know, it's not that patience is key, right? It's not that waiting for this to come together is key. That's not the gig. Pull back and do your work on yourself. And in that way, you open up that space when you let go and move back into your own joy and your own self-care and your own self-love. That's when you magnetize this kind of sunshine love into your sphere. Yeah, so just keep doing you, do your self-care. But in this connection, it looks like there will be some momentum. Yeah, some momentum towards reconciliation, and it's going to be warm. It's going to be nice. It's going to feel nice to be around this person again, whenever that aligns and happens. All right, Cancer, so that is your love reading for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonated. And again, please like, share, and subscribe. It helps me to grow the channel. There are some donation links down in the description. Donations are definitely not at all necessary ever, but again, they help to grow the channel. And I appreciate you being here and even just watching. All right, peace and blessings, Cancer.